Welcome back, trainers. So yesterday we got some pretty exciting news confirming that we will be getting Galarian Pokemon, a select few in Pokemon Go around the release of Sword and Shield November 15th. So look forward to those Pokemon entering in. Should be pretty fun to hunt those down. And then we also had some other news thanks to some data miners. Flying Press and Aurisphere. Now Flying Press is a very interesting move which you're going to go over here now very briefly, and then we're going to talk about Aurisphere and how it could be revolving around Lucario, possibly a raid day, community day, or just a move update. Kind of like what we've seen with Breloom, where you had to evolve into it to receive that grass knot. Now taking a look at Flying Press here, despite being a fighting type move, the damage dealt is actually a combination of fighting and flying types, and thus the effectiveness against a given Pokemon differs from other fighting type moves. So that is very interesting. It's going to be a dual type combination for a move. Very interesting. Only 2 Pokemon can actually learn this, one of which is going to be Hawlucha. Much farther down the line, we're not going to be seeing this Pokemon in Pokemon Go for quite some time, so I don't think they're preparing for it. On the other hand, we do have the Libre Pikachu, the wrestler, which would be a very odd addition coming into Pokemon Go now. But who knows what they're doing with this. They might just introduce it for some sort of the Galarian Pokemon. Now taking a look at the move Aurisphere, these are a list of the current Pokemon that can learn it that we do have right now, other than Mewtwo, which unfortunately got a horrible moveset and could have potentially been the best fighting type. Very glassy, but with a very high attack. So Lucario is standing out the highest amongst all of these Pokemon, obviously. Some people like to debate whether Aurisphere is actually going to be Lucario's signature move because other Pokemon can learn it as well. Now, taking a look at the shiny here, wouldn't it be something if we had a raid day in the future? I don't think anytime soon, but you never know with Niantic. They might just give it to us in the coming months. But despite that, it does look amazing as its shiny variants. It is pretty rare to hatch, and you can not get it any other way other than hatching it. Personally, for me though, I've hatched a ton of them. And let's go ahead and take a look here. So this is going to be the first one I did make. I do have Power Up Punch because I do use this for PvP more than PvE. You're definitely going to want to be going with close combat if you're going to be going up against gyms or raids with it. And this is my Great League one. Probably one of the only reasons why you want a Lucario currently right now is for the Great League. It does have some great potential with counter Power Up Punch as well as Shadow Ball. Amazing coverage there. Power Up Punch is going to make your counters just do a ton of damage. Now taking a look at my Riolu stash here, in which I will not be making another Lucario because I know there is going to be something down the line for it. I don't know what's going on with me, but I have great RNG on hatching these Lucarios. I mean, I can't get a Giratina shiny for the life of me until I spend $150, but I can hatch these left and right, including this amazing Lucky. Now I have a little tip for you now. If you want to trade Riolu, say you have an abundance of them with a friend of yours, here's a fun thing to consider. If it tanks, that is perfectly fine. That means you're going to be able to get it into the Great League. All right, so save it, because if it does receive an amazing move in the future, you have one on hand ready to go to evolve to receive that amazing move that it just might learn that you might have to evolve into. We've only seen that, I think, only for Breloom, pretty sure, where you had to actually evolve it during a time frame given. This one right here is actually going to be my Great League Lucario for the future if it does receive another move. Of course, I do want the Lucarios right now on hand because I do, dabble in a bit of Master League, and I use the current Lucario that I have in the Great League for tournaments from time to time. Now, taking a look at Pvpoke's rank for top fighters in the Great League, Lucario is going to be sitting there underneath a few others. And then it is going to be rank 42 for the Ultra League. It is going to be calling for Power Up Punch, Counter, and Shadow Ball. And then the Master League, it is going to be ranked at 46 with the same move all around for every league. So if you do have one, it's not all bad. You didn't waste any candy, and it's fun to enter it into your decks. Now, taking a look at the top fighting types, Conkeldurr, which is not currently here, but we all know that is going to be taking that shining fighting spot from Machamp in the future. Your Machamps are not going to be useless. So just take note of that. You're still going to have usability out of them. Machamps are just a solid Pokemon all around. Conkeldurr is sitting at 16.8, and then you have Machamp sitting at 16.2, and then Breloom in the middle there with Counter Dynamic Punch sitting at 16.5. Very frail Pokemon. If you do have 6 Brelooms completely maxed out with good attack IVs, you're going to be looking good for fighting type damage. Taking a look at Lucario at the second page with Counter and Close Combat sitting at 14.3 DPS. It is not going to be typically a great fighter type right now. It's not horrible, but there's better options. Now, I went ahead and put Dynamic Punch on Lucario to kind of mimic Aura Sphere to see what kind of numbers we can get out of this. So it is going to be bumped up to the number 3 fighter with Counter and Dynamic Punch. Pretend that's Aura Sphere. I mean, the numbers for Aura Sphere have not been added into the game, just the move name. So I'm just kind of giving you an idea is what we can see here. It gets bumped up to 16.3 as opposed to 14 before. Now taking a look at the fighters that have Lucario running, we have Machamp and then Conkeldurr, which has yet to be introduced into the game. Machamp is sitting at a max CP of 3056, attack 234, defense 159, and stamina 207. And Lucario sitting at 2703 CP, attack 236. As you can see, it's higher than Machamp by 2 points. The only thing holding it back is the moveset it does have. Defense 144 and then stamina 172. It's a little bit frail, right? Then we have Conkeldurr, which is just a beast of a monster, sitting at 3337 CP, attack 243, defense 158, and stamina 233. So if Lucario was to receive Aura Sphere and the damage was great, it'd be looking good. And then on the other hand, we also have Drain Punch, which is yet to be introduced or put into the game files, which could be another move to help Lucario out in the future. So before you evolve any Lucarios, there's my tips there. I just wanted to break that down. It will receive possibly a better fighting type move in the future. I hope so, because Lucario is an amazing Pokemon with a ton of resistances, having that steel typing. And not to mention, it looks amazing. And also, one last thing, Lucario does have a Mega Evolution, so whenever that does come out, you can look forward to that. Machamp, Conkeldurr, Breloom, they do not have Mega Evolutions, but Lucario can come in as that top fighter type when Mega Evolutions do ever get released into Pokemon Go. Now, with that said, trainers, let's go ahead and take a look at this Skunk Tank raid, going up against it with all fighters. At the end, I used Lucario and I was using Shadow Ball. I don't know why I was doing that. I should have just kept going Power Up Punch. As a matter of fact, I should have TM'd Power Up Punch to Close Combat, but hey, this is my first try. It was a one and done. I'm not going to say, it's a little bit of sloppy dodging. I kind of just took hits. I was just feeling it up. I thought I was going to just test run it and then go in and do it again, but I ended up just defeating it and just calling it good. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up, and I will be keeping you up to date on everything Pokemon Go. Thank you for watching, trainers, and I'll be catching you all next time. Take care.